including, all the meetings that we attend, all the evenings that were taken away from her and my children. I'm very proud and thankful tonight for my children, my grandchildren, been very, very supportive over the years. I'm extremely happy and proud tonight to have a very loving family. I'd like to thank the City of Columbia, all the citizens that gave me the opportunity to serve as their director. I believe that if you serve your community and do a good job, they will support you, and they have done that. I'd like to thank tonight all the members of my staff, current staff that's there, previous staff. I bet you if I went around in this room tonight and looked at all the people and counted all the people that have worked for the City of Columbia in the past, there's quite a few of you here, and I thank each one of you. I thank each one of you for being that opportunity, giving me the opportunity to serve and to be with you. And as they mentioned, one of the most extreme proud things that we ever received was receiving the National Gold Medal. And that's because we had a great staff in excellence in the field of Parks and Recreation. I'm going to change my talk a little bit now and talk to you that are in the field out there at the present time. This, everybody says, is tough times for you to be in this field. And it is tough. They come and they go. Our field is no different than any other thing. Things are like a pendulum. They swing back and forth, and only when they hit the rubber bumper on one side do they go back to the other way. And the only thing constant in this pendulum is change. And you will change, but there are tough times coming at the present time. And I want to remind you, as I've said before, anybody can manage with a lot of money. It takes a good manager to manage when resources are limited. Prove yourself that good manager that you can be. Be sure that you express and quality over quantity. Everybody thinks being big is better. Oftentimes that's not true. If you do what you can do, stress the quality of your programs, stress the quality of your facilities, your citizens will know the quality that you do, and when more resources become available, you'll be the first to turn to because you've done a good job with what they've given you. One of the principles of democracy is that we prefer excellence to mediocrity. And you want your department to be an excellent one if you can. One thing I would urge you to do is to sit down and write out your management style, your management objectives. My management principles, as I said a while ago, were to surround yourself with capable, competent individuals, give them equal amount of responsibility and authority, provide the necessary resources for them to do the job, and to get out of their way and let them do the job. That's what you need to do. I urge you to sit down and write out your goals and objectives for your department and how you plan to obtain these. It's always better to get someplace if you know where you're going. And if you know where you're going, you can get there by managing your department. I'm extremely proud tonight to be inducted, as I said, with these other people. I'd give almost anything if Glenn were standing beside me. He was a good running buddy of mine. He was chairman of our Parks and Recreation Commission for several years. I don't know how many times he and I have gone to lunch together. He was a great fellow and a great friend and a great member of our profession, and I congratulate you, Elaine, and all your family out here. As I say, I'd give almost anything if he were standing here beside me. Thanks once again. If this were the Academy Awards, the music could probably start now, so I'll stop. Thank you very much.
job. He and my son played on the same Little League team that I coached when they were about 10. Little did I know that one day he would be doing what he did tonight, and I thank him. I want to thank the MPRA Awards Committee, Hall of Fame Committee, for making this a very memorable night. And to each of the inductees and their families, thank you very much. One of the inductees tonight's already been mentioned, but when I went to graduate school and worked full-time there in Columbia and had a family and 3 kids, it got tough at times. And Dr. Gillespie was always there to give me a helping hand, a little motivation. And when I left the university to take the job in Springfield and hadn't completed my thesis, that's when I found out how tough he could really get. And he stayed on me till I got that done, and I want to thank the Gillespie family for Dr. Glenn and all that he did for me. The plaques are very nice. The plaques really are what they represent. And to me, they represent my family. My son Danny and his wife Michelle are here tonight. My friend Janet is here. My other son, Darren, Patty, and the 2 girls, are 14 and 16 and driving their dad crazy right now because he remembers what he was like at that age. My daughter Kara and her husband are in Arkansas. But we have a great time together, and I'm glad that they were here. They got drugged through many parks over the years. But it also represents people that I met along the way that were very instrumental in my life or in the field of parks and recreation. You would have to mention the likes of Harry Cooper in Springfield, who's done so much. And what he wants in return is for people to have the opportunity to improve their quality of life. To all the park boards and the councils along the way, the state legislature that we work with in so many areas for MPRA. 3 of the governors were from Springfield. Sometimes we had to let them know that. But all of those people were very important in Parks and Rec. But what was really important are the support groups that we had there in the city, be they Friends of the Zoo or Lakes Country Youth Soccer or Ozark Greenways or Springfield Amateur Softball, Springfield Tennis, whatever it was. They all came together, and they were friends when we went to the polls. They were friends when we had to get things done, and they're still friends there today. I want to thank you again for making this a very memorable night for me. It's a humbling experience to go in with the folks that I'm going in with tonight. I know we all seem pretty serious, but they were really a pretty rowdy group. I wasn't, but they were. I would have to say I had a really good time in Parks and Rec and at all the conventions that I went to. We did some things you all got to live up to. To you that are in the field, stay in there. You're in the right place. And again, thank you for the committee tonight for this occasion. Thank you.
Okay, well, it's when your name's Vessel, you go last. And you know 2 things. One is you're going to have a happy crowd. And the second thing is all you have to do is say a resounding amen to what all the other people have said. I had a couple things I was going to say, but when my other conservative friend Clark brought the good senator, I got rid of those little things I was going to say about the politicians. But I did, Dick. I did have one thought when I looked at those granite plaques across there. Faye and I visited the Netherlands, and at The Hague they have a War Crimes Commission, and that list up there looked very similar to people looking for people across. because like Dan, I know some stories that no, this group had. Some of you know that I'm fond of a quote by Mark Twain that says 80% of life are pots and pans of daily living. The routine, repetitive tasks that we face in our jobs, in our organizations, in our lives. It's the other 20% that make life worth living. I have been truly blessed in that other 20%. I would like, if I could, to just do something Dick used to do with his Columbia staff people, but I would like, if you did me the honor of allowing me to stand in front of you at a class at the university, would you stand up? I'm going to tell you what, with my lovely wife Faye, my 3 kids, and my 2 new grandkids, that's about as good as it gets. To see these people that I have had the opportunity to share time with in their growth and development at the university means so much to me, and I'm so blessed by that. The other thing is, as Susan stated in her award up here, I'm blessed to have had the opportunity to be a member of MPRA. All the things that were read out here tonight about these individuals in this cohort group were remarkable. But it's the things they did beyond that, the hours they gave, and the tasks that they took on that they didn't have to take on. They weren't getting a paycheck for it. Is what made them the mentors and the contributors that they are. MPRA offered me the opportunity to contribute. And like was said before, that opportunity to contribute means so very much. We live in a time when we expect a lot out of our associations and our other dealings. I would urge you that you don't expect unrealistic things from your association, but rather you use the association to expect more of yourself in your professional service. The people that were honored last year and this year created MPRA. When I went to the university, MPRA was, Dave Austin, remember this, MPRA was in a box in Dr. Arlen Epperson's office. It was about that big. All the records, all the treasure, everything. And it came from that to what it is today because of people's contributions, because they gave it themselves to make the association so very good. Dave Curtis mentioned the group. 3 of those people were my classmates. Many others here were my classmates. Bill Lockwood, Charlie Barr, lots of folks out there were my classmates. So we started our professional career at the Heidelberg after class, and we've been going ever since, you know. And so we had great debates over pitchers of beer at the Heidelberg about our profession. I too want to pay tribute to the Gillespie family. The people there on that list this evening were Glenn students, and Glenn formulated us at the university. And the other thing Glenn did that I owe you for is in the fall of 1976, he gave me a call at the University of Iowa and said, "I got a job, get your ass down here." And I always remember that. And he was so very instrumental to me. I hope that you will work with your colleagues and you will know the passion and the enthusiasm that we knew from Gloria Rogers and Liz Gilbert. I hope you will know the political strategy and the savvy of a Frank Vedic, a Norb Wappelhorst, a Ford Hughes, because these people gave us so much and brought us so far.